All right, y'all, what's going on? Let's go ahead and cut the music a little early here because I know we got some stuff going on tonight. What's up? Welcome back to your favorite WMMA podcast, hashtag CB99 Talks, episode 179. Yeah, man, what's up, y'all? Feel like it's been a while. It's been about a week, right? Been about a week, and we back. Like I said, let's cut that music because tonight's show might be about an hour because I want to get to that Invicta card that's starting. I know the Invicta card starts at 8. The prelims, I think it does. I think it starts about 8, yeah. But the main card starts about 9 o'clock. And also I want to go ahead and throw something up in the oven too, some good food as well. But yeah, what's up, y'all? What's going on, man? Back again. A lot of stuff going on this past weekend. This weekend's about to be crazy as well. Well, I won't say crazy, but we got some women's fights that we're gonna be checking out. Yeah. So that's what we got going on. But I just want to go back and talk about this past weekend's fights. Run through this Invicta card that's coming on tonight, just so y'all know about that. Invicta FC 58, and then we got the fight card coming up this weekend, right? So yeah, man. What's been going on, y'all? Josh said I'll have the number 10 combo. There's only one. There's only a number one. That's it. That's all you can have. It's a number one combo. That's it. That's all we have. Because I'm number one. I'm just it's the number one. That's it. And it comes with a two-piece. How you like that? What's up, Marcus, Axel, BJ, Zach? Zach said he was ready for the stream. Yeah, man, I'm ready to go, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button and we're gonna get it in. We're gonna get some conversation in about some of these fights that took place this weekend. But first, man, I know some of y'all know about this now, but I didn't really get a chance to talk about it. OGDR, Jermaine Durandame is calling it quits. I know everybody thought she was scheduled to come back, which I thought she was. She was, but she chose to cancel it and call it a day. And she was lined up to fight somebody I wanted to see her fight too. It was a fight that I called too, man. You know what I said? They're probably going to schedule Jacqueline Cavalcanti to fight Jermaine Durandame. And sure enough, they did. They scheduled it for January. But according to Jermaine Durandame, she just wanted to call it a day. She actually wanted to end her career in December. She wanted to round it off, I guess, at the end of the year, 2024, like before December 31st or something like that. But, all the cards were already booked, which I kind of felt was crazy because it seems like they would have did something. You know what I mean? Like, it seemed like they could have squeezed in a spot for her, knowing this was her last fight. That just kind of shows you how they treat some of their champions and former champions. Carla Esparza, they threw her on the prelims or like early prelims or something like that. But Jermaine Durandame, they just said, nah, we can't get you in. We all booked. But guess what? Tracy Cortez and Miranda Maverick, their fight is canceled, right? Tracy Cortez pulled out of the fight. So they should have at least kept her on the back burner because somebody's always canceling. They could have got GDR in there somehow. I'm just saying, man, this is her last fight. You know what I mean? She probably said last minute, like, it's going to be my last fight. But as many times as they had to call people up to step in, I mean, y'all called Dan Ige while he was in the drugstore or something like that, right? I mean, he heard, he didn't hear it. Well, he got a call that what's his name? Not Ortega, but Diego, right? He said, his opponent was out of the fight, so they got him to come in, right? So to me, it's like, yo, come on, get GDR in there. Go ahead and have her, fight one last fight. This is the last time. So that's just kind of how they treat some of their former champions. I thought it could have been done because again, as quick as you have people cancel and pull out of fights, you could have at least said, hey, I can't promise you anything, but let me keep you right here in case somebody pulls out and just keep training. Just stay ready because I'm pretty sure somebody is going to pull out, right? So with Cortez and Miranda, their fight being done because Tracy Cortez pulled out because of an injury, y'all could have threw her in the mix. I'm just saying, like, that could have been done. But since it's not, GDR is calling it a day. What did she say? Let me see what she said on her Instagram here. Yeah, they won't give her. Yeah, this is what they said. They won't give her a retirement fight. So she's just gonna go ahead and call it a day. Uh, Iron Lady has left the building. Thank you all for the amazing memories. I'm forever grateful for all of them. Like I always say, die with the memories, not dreams. Okay. Yeah, she did a little video. She said, I begged the UFC for one more fight, but it had to be this year. I promised myself I would retire from fighting December 31st, 2024. Unfortunately, the UFC told me all cards are fully booked. That's why I decided that the time is now. I really wish I could have had walk the walk one more time, but I guess it was not meant to be. Too many, let me see, too many people to thank, too many people to thank personally. So thank you all for being a part of the journey. Yeah. So, well, okay. So she said, I promised myself I would retire from fighting before the 31st. So maybe she should have gave them a heads up. Maybe she should have gave them a heads up. I'm sure Michelle Waterson did, and probably Carla. Maybe I don't know if Carla did. Maybe when Carla was already booked to fight Tisha, she said, "Hey, I'm gonna retire." So they set up the little clip show with her and everything. But I thought, yeah, I thought like Michelle Waterson, maybe she had done that. Just said, "Hey, this is my retirement point, so let me get a fight before then." So maybe it was her fault too, because if you promised yourself that you're gonna retire at the end of 2024, maybe you could have gave them a heads up, like after that Norma Dumont fight or something like that. So that's another thing. That was just another thing right there, where bad communication, sometimes bad communication can cost you. It can cost you a lot. But on that note, if she's done, man, I mean, it's time. She's already 40 years old, had a few injuries, had a few cancellations. So she had a baby and everything. So I just think that her mind is in a different place now. The division, of course, bantamweight isn't in the best shape, but I still think they could have used somebody like her if she was close to 100%. Because GDR, she brings it. GDR does bring some action. Now I know GDR is going to kind of go down as the fighter who avoided Chris Cyborg. That's a cloud that's always going to be held over her head. But in a way, man, like she's kind of been like an uncrowned champion. Even when she lost the belt, when she vacated the belt, excuse me, even whenever she went down to, 135, she always kind of been like an uncrowned champion, because when you look at her resume, she just kind of been in the wrong place at the right time, if you will, to beat certain fighters. And she has some legit wins. She has some legit wins over champions, so when you kind of look at it, you got to say, okay, GDR, she held her own against some of the best fighters. The one thing that kind of holds her back from being considered with the Amanda Nunes and Chris Cyborgs is not fighting Chris Cyborg and not being able to beat Amanda, So when I look at GDR, I could give her that label as one of the best stand-up fighters in WMMA. But as far as like one of the best fighters of all time, it's kind of hard to say that, because again, you got fighters ahead of you like Amanda and Chris and Valentina, them type of fighters that fought like everybody and didn't really take another path. They just kept going. They just kept going to fight the best fighters. And when you look at her resume too, like GDR, I mean, she's got legit names on there. I mean, she beat Larissa Pacheco back in the UFC like years ago, right? So looking at her resume, yeah, she's beaten Larissa Pacheco. I know it was a different Larissa Pacheco, not this version of today's. But yeah, Pacheco, she beat Holly Holm. Rocky, Rocky was a champion. She beat her. And the craziest one, you got to say, oh man, I mean, the picture right here, this picture right here, Aspen Ladd. First off, I mean, that was not like a high level fight, but the fashion that she did it in just kind of put her on the map as, as a scary puncher. This was a scary shot landed on Aspen Ladd. I mean, that fight was what, 30 seconds? Some could argue Aspen could have went on, but I mean, the way she dropped this girl, was crazy. So Jermaine's going to go down as a top level fighter, as far as, top level stand-up fighter. Devastating puncher. And, a fighter with good resume, decent resume. But yeah, like I was saying, the one highlight of her career is, her first submission win over Juliana Pena. You know, like she was able to beat Julie. That's why I said, look, it's crazy. WMMA, MMA is crazy because styles make fights. You know, Amanda, she got beat by Juliana Pena. You know, had to do it 2 times before she could beat her. Jermaine Durandame, she beat her in one. She beat Juliana Pena 1 time, and she submitted her. Got her first submission win off the person I thought would have a better ground game. And that was a crazy fight. You know, that's one fight I'll always remember of GDR is like the opposite, like that the whole fight was just like an opposite thing. You know, like GDR, I thought she was gonna knock Pena out. That's how I picked GDR to win. But she's actually getting outstruck by Pena, right? Pena's actually coming back with her own striking. But when she goes in for that takedown, it's GDR who gets the submission win, you know? So I was just like, wow, you know, it's just kind of weird like that. But yeah, you know, I think Jermaine Durandame, you know, she was a decent fighter. You know, she's beat some good fighters, you know, throughout her career. Let me see, who else did she beat? Julia Budd, Muay Thai. Let's see, she lost to Vanessa Porto long time ago. Long time ago. I'm talking about 16 years ago. So she's been in this game for a long time. But yeah, fighters like Julie Kedzie, you know, she's fought Amanda twice. And yeah, you know, she's fought a lot of people. You know, Muay Thai and kickboxing, you know, was her home for, you know, over 20 years. So, you know, she's been in there. But like I said, it's just that one question, man. We just never know how she would have fared against Cyborg. I mean, probably would have known, because as far as like the well-rounded game, I don't, you know, yeah, I don't know. We know how that would go. But the one fight that I always wanted to see that we won't see, I don't think we're ever going to see it, was Valentina versus Jermaine. You know, that would have been a good fight. You know, I think that would have been a crazy fight. Had it stayed standing, you know, had the fight stay standing, especially after seeing Grasso have success with her boxing the way she did. Imagine, you know, GDR being able to use her stand up at 135 against Valentina. That would have been a good fight. But then, you know, Valentina already got the next level of takedown, so you just never know. But yeah, you know, respect to GDR for doing what she's done. You know, like I said, it's just one of those things. I did want to see her fight one more time in like January, but you know, I guess she didn't want to do that. So yeah, Jackie was going to be a tough fight, though. Jackie was going to be a tough fight. I think so. But good luck to her. You know, she's got a family now. Don't need to be staying longer than you need to. So that's what it is. All right. So let's go back to this past weekend, man. Last weekend was a good card. You know, we had nothing but flyweight fights. You know, the past couple weekends, like this weekend coming up, we just been seeing a lot of bantamweight and strawweight fights. Bantamweight, strawweight. But last weekend, they stacked this up with some good flyweight fights. And I think I went 2-1 this time. Yeah, I went 2-1 this time as far as my picks. One of them, I was just like, I don't know, like this one, I can see it going this way, but I really wouldn't be surprised if it goes that way. But let's see here. I want to talk about this fight real quick, and I haven't really mentioned it to y'all. The Jamie Lynn Horth and Ivana Petrovic fight. It was fun. You know, it was like a grueling type of fight, but it just seemed like there was so many holes in their game. It was like a grueling but green fight. These two fighters, I still think, in my opinion, are really green, because I said this before, like Petrovic, when she first got signed, I thought it was too early. You know, she didn't really know how to handle that style of Luana Carolina. I believe she's got one win, right? I think she beat Leon Na. But everybody else that she's kind of been fighting that's like a true flyweight, she's kind of been struggling with. And I think Petrovic is a big girl. You know, she's like 5'8", and she's strong, and she has an okay ground game for the level she's on. But I just don't think that Petrovic really has that dominant style, or like she doesn't really have anything dynamic that's going to blast through some of these girls, you know? So, I mean, it's a learning process, but I don't know. Like, even if she puts together a string of wins against some of the lesser girls, like let's say if she did beat Horth. They give her the win. I don't really see her beating some of these other flyweights, you know. Jamie Lynn Horth, I thought it was a close fight. I did pick Jamie Lynn Horth to win, but like I said, it could have gone either way. I think Horth actually did better on the ground. I thought she did better on the ground than I thought she would have. I thought she was doing better on the ground than Petrovic. But then Petrovic was doing better in the stand-up. So again, this is like one of those opposite fights, you know. You know, Petrovic, she is actually throwing some hands on Horth, but Horth, like you see here, almost had Petrovic in some trouble with her jiu-jitsu, you know, almost submitted her twice, you know. So I was like, okay, you know, Horth got a little game here, but towards that last round, they both got a little sloppy in the stand-up, man. They hands down, both taking shots. And again, you know, I'm thinking Horth got better stand-up, but she was kind of pushing her punches. So I think that ground game, that whole grappling exchange in the first round just kind of exhausted both of them, you know. So looking at the gas tank on both of them in a 3-round fight, I think they're going to have some trouble against some of the better girls, but we'll see, man. Yeah, I just think Petrovic, you know, she's a little green still, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, I think, you know, that's 2 losses for her in the UFC. If she was to lose again and maybe get cut, she could come back. You know, she could definitely come back, but I just don't see her beating too many fighters right now. You know, I don't really see her beating too many in the UFC, even the low part of the rankings. What else about Petrovic? Let me see. Yeah, her jiu-jitsu was okay, but just not that good, you know, just not really great like that. So I don't really see like a high level of submission threat when she's on the ground. It seemed like she had trouble with Horth, you know. So I kind of got more of an Invicta FC vibe from this fight. And that's not disrespect. I'm just saying, like, I think that's the level that they're still on, you know. So yeah. But from here, I definitely think, you know, everybody wants to see like Wayne Kong like a big fight. This could be a winnable fight for Wayne Kong, you know, if she was to fight either one of them, I think. But then again, if Horth has stepped up her ground game, maybe not. But, you know, this could be a situation where, yeah, if you want to see another highlight win for Wayne Kong, it could be one of these two right here. But I just wanted to throw that in there because I know a lot of people are trying to push Wayne Kong. You know, like, got to throw a little shot here and there, right? Got to throw some shots. All right, let me see real quick. 2B said fights like that when you make you feel bad for some girls on the come up when you think about what would be waiting on them if by some chance they made it to the top 10. Yeah, man. That's what I get scared of sometimes. You know, I get scared, man, for some of these girls that are okay and they go on like a very, very close win streak, but then they start pushing that person and say, okay, let's put them in against a number 7, number 8. Then you're like, oh boy, you're like, oh no, you know. So I just think there's a lot of work that needs to be done on both sides here. Maybe Montana might be a test for one of them, you know. Well, let's say Horth fights the winner of Montana, Luana, Carolina, because y'all know they're fighting next. But I don't think they fight till March. I think it's like March. Montana, Luana, Carolina fight in March or something like that. So, well, there's always other names. Horth could fight like the winner of Wayne Kong and Gabriela Fernandez, but then again, they probably push Wayne Kong. I already know they're probably going to put Wayne Kong against the top 15 if she beats Gabriela Fernandez. I don't know. There's just a lot of work needs to be done with these two, though. That's what I think. All right, so this fight here, man. This is one, like I said, I was kind of thinking of picking Jasmine, but I just felt like the technique was going to give Lipski the advantage in this fight. And I said, I think Lipski's going to bag this fight. I don't think she's going to stop Jasmine, but she's going to get a decision win or something like that. I didn't see her knocking out Jasmine, honestly. I didn't see her submitting her because I know she's strong. But I think that Jasmine, you know, was game to lose this fight, you know, when you looked at styles. But Ariane Lipski, you know, she just don't have that footwork or that drive like that. You know what? I really don't see. Well, yeah, I really don't see how Ariane Lipsky earned that nickname, the Violence Queen, because I'm always seeing violence inflicted upon her whenever she's in trouble. I'm just saying, like, Lipsky's got some wins, Lipsky's got some finishes, and now, man, like, I know BJ asked about my update of my threat list. Yeah, I'm officially taking Lipsky off of the threat list. I'm sorry, I'm officially taking Lipsky off my threat list here. Okay, because I know he wanted to know the update of my list here. I'm officially taking her off of it now. Okay, it's down to two. I might have to take Macy Barber off. No, I'm gonna leave Macy on. Okay, I'm gonna leave Macy on. She hanging by a thread right now, and ain't nothing she can do about that. I'm just saying, like, we're just talking about people that's gonna get to the belt, and I really don't think Lipsy's getting to that belt right now with what she's doing. But like I said, I don't know how she got the name Violence Queen. I know she played the slot machine with Luana Carolina's knee. You know, she had that leg and she twisted that thing like she was gonna hit a jackpot. Um, but other than that, like, I mean, she got knocked out horribly by Priscilla Cachoeira. She got finished brutally by Montana and Antonina. Same round, same fashion, just about. Um, who else finished her? Who else finished her? Well, I know JoJo beat her. Even her early career, like, you know, when you're young and you prime, she got beat by JoJo on the ground, and, you know, Molly McCann. So I really don't know. I was just kind of scratching my head. I'm trying to see the violence. I saw it, like I said, I saw it in the Luana Carolina fight. I did. I saw it in that fight. Okay. And, you know, she got a good submission win over Casey O'Neill, but then you go get drowned by you get drowned by, you know, of course, Montana early. And, you know, I'm just thinking, like, what where is this killer instinct? I'm not seeing this killer instinct in Lipsky, you know? So I think that's gonna be her downfall here. Like, as high as she's getting right now, I just don't know. I'm not seeing her getting to a point, even to the top five. You know, you got to have some movement. You got to have, and that's why I'm saying, like, people are knocking Natalia Silva about her style. People knock Manon about their styles, like, oh, you ain't finishing a lot of people, but they got an IQ on them. They getting the victory, man. Like, if they don't see the knockout, they're gonna find another way to win the fight, and that's what it is. Like, Natalia Silva is where she is because, okay, if I don't see the knockout, I'm gonna just win. Manon's where she is. If I don't see the knockout, I'm gonna just win and get the victory. You know, Lipsky, if her power ain't working, she almost walk into the fire and burn herself. Like, did you see her in the third round? You know, Lipsky, like, she was trying to walk Jasmine down. I'm like, why are you walking her down? Like, you walking right into her range. Now you about to get taken down. And what happened? She got taken down. And we already know if you get taken down, you're not going to have that ability to get back up. Tell me I'm wrong. I'm not criticizing. I'm not making this stuff up. I'm just going by what I saw. And that's what it was. Like, Lipsky did not pump out no jab, barely a jab, just sticking that jab out every once in a while, throwing a lot of power shots. And Jasmine, she don't need to be taking shots like that, but she took them. You know, she was taking a lot of shots. You know, Jasmine was taking a lot of shots, but that should have made Lipsky say, all right, let me trick her a little bit. You know, let me maybe set up a trap instead of just throwing telegraph punches, you know? So looking at Lipsky in that fashion, like, I'm just saying, like, there's not a lot of traps being set. Like, I think she depends too much on, you know, the power. And when you fight somebody like Jasmine, it's just a matter of time, you know? It's just a matter of time, like, before somebody just says, okay, I'm going to time your shots. I'm taking you down because that's where you can't survive, right? It's like some of those street fights I see. You know, you see some of the best hands in the game on, you know, on the feet in the street. But then as soon as somebody knows how to wrestle and take you down, they be on their back and you be like, oh, boy, they're about to get whooped now. You know, that's how Jasmine did it. You know, Jasmine got hit a few times, but then Jasmine said, all right, taking you down. I couldn't even see I couldn't even see Lipsky at one point. Like, I couldn't even see her on the ground at one point. Like, where was she? You know, I couldn't even see her. Like, Jasmine was just on her like a blanket. And I was like, where's she at? She fighting herself right now? Lipsky was just under there resting. You know, she thinking about how'd I get here. So I'm just saying, like, I didn't see a high level of urgency on the ground. I didn't see that killer instinct like in that Casey O'Neill fight, where, well, it was similar to that. Let me just say this. Jasmine is a little bit tougher than Casey. That's the thing. Jasmine took a few punches, but she didn't do it consistently. You know what I mean? Like there was still a lot of points where Jasmine was just kind of being patient. She kind of sat back. But then when the second round came, she went after it. She just went after it. She got that single leg and took her down, and she did take her down in the first round too. So I think Jasmine, I got to stop counting her out in some of these fights. Like Fatima Klein, that was kind of a fan pick. But there's been some other fights where I just kind of feel like, okay, Jasmine's got enough to cause some problems for some of these girls. But how far does it take her? We'll see. Skills have got to be polished. I think if Jasmine gets somewhat, a decent hand game, like if Jasmine can step her hand game up to how Tracy Cortez was rocking her, if she can get the hands of Tracy Cortez, see, that's what she need to be doing. Like at least working with, some boxers here, like work with some good boxers that can sharpen her timing up on her feet. Because when she gets you down, she's fast. Jasmine's got fast hands when she's got you down. Like they ain't too fast when she's in the stand-up game. But then when she gets you down, she be letting them hands go, Yeah, Josh said Kimbo Slice. Yeah, something like that, just something like that where I always see Lipsky, known as a hard hitter, but like when it's on the ground, it's over. It's over. Robot said, is Jasmine the female version of Darren Elkins? Is that a good comparison to y'all? I don't know if I would say that. I mean, yeah, she's tough. And when she gets you down, that's where she succeeds. She swarms you. She's faster on the ground. I like her style, though. I do like her style. Like, aside from her little dirty stuff that she used to do, I mean, she is somebody that I can enjoy watching. I think she's going to be, I think she's a good part of flyweight right now. I think she's ready for, she's 13 now. She's ranked 13. She's ranked 13. I think that she is definitely going to get like a 7 or 8 or 9. And if Caitlin Chikagan is game, that's the fight I would like to see her get in there with, or who knows, man, like, do you think they would make her fight Macy Barber? I mean, Jessica Andrade, those are names out there. I'm just saying, like, if she calls for something like that, they might give it to her. Yeah, Paul. I know she's calling for a rematch with Tracy, and she's also calling for a fight with Aaron. She said, "I'd beat Aaron too." I was like, "Wow." I don't think she deserves that Aaron fight yet, so she might as well pump her brakes on that. But a rematch with Tracy, I think she should leave that alone. Rematch with Tracy, I would leave that alone. Why don't she go for something that's going to get her hired, like Chikagan or even Jessica Andrade, just to take the ranking. If she wants to get higher, I would say go ahead and call for that. Yeah, Marcus, we want that rematch with Natalia Silva. I'll call for that. She's higher. Why not call for that fight? And Natalia Silva ain't got nobody right now, so why don't you call for that rematch? Oh, yeah, we know. Marina Moreau, I don't know what's up with Marina Moreau, but that'd be kind of a step down for her. I'd actually like to see Miranda Maverick versus Marina Moreau. That's a good fight. But I think where Jasmine's going, she deserves somebody a little bit higher right now. But yeah, I like her style, durability, her ground game, her wrestling. She's tough. She's strong. I think she just has to stop blocking punches with her face. And if she works on her stand-up game a little bit more, I think she could be a problem. Like if her stand-up game gets halfway decent, she could be like another Aaron. You know what I mean? Like not the submission type of Aaron, like that type of threat, but just somebody who gets people down and mauls them. She could be on that level if her hand game gets decent because she's pretty big for the division too. She's big and strong. So yeah, I think so. I think so. But Ariane Lipsky, man, yeah, man, not to be harsh. I got to take her out of that threat list right now, just to be honest, man, because I feel like she just be laying down with some of these fighters here, man. And I know, look, I was a little bit fooled. I mean, she gets credit for a takedown defense. It's improved. It has improved. It has improved against some of the girls like um Ariane Lipsky. But then again, Ariane Lipsky more not Ariane Lipsky. Ariane Lipsky, it improved against Melissa Gatto. Melissa Gatto brought that submission threat, but she really wasn't pushing her. She didn't really push her like Jasmine did. JJ Aldridge, solid striker, but an okay wrestler, but don't really have the strength like that. So she was able to stop takedowns from them two. And even Casey O'Neill, like I said, Jasmine's stronger than Casey O'Neill to me. So she couldn't. Casey O'Neill didn't have that same setup, right? So those type of fighters made me believe, okay, she's gotten better. She's doing better here. Good. But as soon as she fought somebody as big as Montana again, man, like somebody as big as Montana got her down and just smothered her. And yeah, because that's what I was worried about this fight. I was like, I'm getting flashbacks, man. I'm getting flashbacks that Jasmine is about to be like another Montana on her. And that's what happened. That's what happened. She got in her licks, but Jasmine said, I'm going to get this thing to the ground and I'm a swarmer. So yeah. I'm gonna take her off the list for now. Let Jasmine get a little bit higher. Let's see what happens from here. But that's how it goes sometimes. I mean, like I said, both of these fighters, it was a 50-50 fight. I really wasn't 100% on Lipsky. Definitely saw Jasmine doing what she did. That's probably why she wouldn't fight. That's probably why Lipsky wouldn't want that type of fight with Montana against somebody like that, somebody big and big wrestler like that. Andrea Lee versus Jasmine. Yeah. Andrea Lee versus Jasmine. That would be an okay fight. I think Jasmine would win that fight. And that would be the one y'all got to send her packing now because she's five losses in a row, right? Yeah, BJ, I'm gonna take her off the list, man. I'm gonna take her off the list for now. I mean, that's 2 losses in a row. I mean, she did make Karine Silva respect her. Karine Silva. I get Karine Silva was look. I'll say this. Look, this is how I see it. Look, Karine Silva. I'm gonna give Karine Silva credit for the win. They're 2 different fighters. Karine Silva. She was looking for a way to just win at some point, like because she's gonna look for submission. But then if she doesn't find it, she did other things in there. She started using her striking a little bit and then just kind of cage pressure and so on. Where Jasmine, she started looking to break Lipsky down. 2 different approaches to the fight. So, of course, Jasmine's was much more impressive, but I can't base what Jasmine did to say she's better than Karine. It's just like the situation again, going back to what I was saying earlier. First, you got how Amanda Nunes might have struggled with Pena one fight, right? Then you had GDR put Pena to sleep in one fight, So styles are always going to make fights. Styles are always going to make fights, and it all depends on, what your execution is when you're going in there, right? That's how I see it. Casey O'Neill be a last option for Jasmine. Yeah, probably at this point because Casey is number 15. And Jasmine's 13, and she just fought up. So I think, I'll be fair, Jasmine deserves a fight up now. Go ahead and give her somebody up. Casey got to fight somebody down to me. I think Casey got to fight somebody. Casey O'Neill versus Miranda Maverick. Make that fight happen. Casey versus Miranda Maverick. Tracy Cortez pulled out. Throw Casey O'Neill in there. If Casey O'Neill watching the fight updates, who's pulled out, and why don't they call her up? Why don't they call her? Say, hey, Tracy Cortez just canceled. Casey, do you think you could fight? That'd be a good fight. That'd be good. I will take that. I will take that 100%. All right. All right. So we went from unranked to mid rank. Let's go high rank. Y'all know I got to put this up here. Oh, there we go. All right. So here it is. Aaron Rose. I know I did the video and we talked a little bit. Yeah, we did the video. I talked a little bit about it. But overall, this turned out to be pretty much how I felt it was going to go as I kept doing my research. You know, I remember I told y'all what last week I wasn't going to make a pick. But then as I kept watching, I said, you know what? I think I might be putting a little bit too much stock in the Rose. Does Rose have a lot of tools? Yes. Does Rose have better striking somewhat than Aaron? Yes. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Does she got more experience than Aaron? Oh, yeah, no doubt. Has she been champion more times than Aaron? Yeah, for sure, right? All of that. But then you know what I had to factor in? I had to factor in those intangibles, man. Those things that you can't teach. Those things that you can't teach. And I'll give another example. Macy Barber, good fighter. You know, she's got a lot of things you can't teach. And that's how she knocked out fighters like J.J. Aldridge and Jillian Robertson. You know, Macy Barber, she got them. You know, she got that power. She got that heaviness. You know, heavy hands, and she go in there and kill with it. So this girl right here, Aaron, had me thinking. I was like, let me do my research. I ain't gonna lie. That's what I pull out of the Tyler Santos situation, because look, I like Tyler a lot and I like Aaron a lot, but part of me was like, I don't know, man. I said I ain't gonna touch this one, because I knew Aaron might have this fight, and lo and behold, Aaron did it. The other one I was a little tight on, of course, Aaron and Manon, but eventually, again, I broke down and gave y'all my pick. I'm gonna go with Manon. I like both of them, but I had to be real. This one here, Rose, I just kept looking. I said, okay, what is she gonna do? Is she going to have the skill set? Yes, she's going to have the skill set. Will she have the muscle and the strength? Sure, she probably have it. But she didn't have that focus to deal with somebody that's going to push and brawl and just weather the storm. And that's what Aaron did. That's what Aaron did in this fight. Aaron just kind of weathered the storm. She put a lot of mental pressure, a lot of physical pressure. And I think the thing that kind of broke, or I ain't going to say broke, but gassed Rose out, because a lot of people are saying her cardio was bad. No, not at all. Her cardio was not bad. I think she got mentally fatigued and physically fatigued, because Aaron, when you got a fighter like Aaron standing across from you, I know we're going to say, oh, Rose has gotten bigger. She's longer. She's got better striking. Imagine somebody like Aaron that's built like her, that's got this long reach, and she just keeps coming at you. She just keeps coming at you, throwing kicks from different angles and punches. They might not be the best technical punches, but they're landing and they're backing you up, right? Because you can see in Rose she's got the pretty style. Like, Rose has more of the pretty style on the feet, feints, and she'll start throwing the double jab, she'll start moving. But whenever it gets into, like, when the air started getting thick, she kind of fell apart. So something was telling me that, oh man, like she might be getting a little tired of this style, See, Manon, she could handle it. Like, Manon was able to handle that style because, her size and, her skill set. Like, Manon did a good job of turning her. Like, Manon had the physical strength and the angles to turn Aaron, where Rose was doing nice jobs of pivoting, but she wasn't doing anything physical against Aaron to make Aaron fatigued, And when you got a style like Aaron, it just keeps coming and coming and coming. Like, you got to have something to counter that. Like, if you ain't got the size and you ain't got the strength or the hands, all three of those, you're going to get overwhelmed. See, Rose had the hands. She just didn't have that size, and she didn't have that strength to me. But BJ, I got to call you out, man. The other night you talking about, when did I ever put Aaron down? Everybody has to improve, all right? And Aaron at some point is still going to have to improve her hand game. That's no lie. All right. And that's just facts. Everybody is going to have to improve up the ladder. Like, to me, her natural abilities is what helped her in this fight. Yeah, James, I ain't going to really argue with you on that, because I definitely ain't, because I didn't see a full-on change on her stand-up game. I knew that's why I said in my video the other day, what she has will probably be just enough to get her the victory here, because I don't think Rose will be able to handle that type of style. Like, that's what it came down to. But along the way, she definitely gonna have to improve certain things that she's doing as far as her stand-up game. But not saying she got to turn it into a full striker, but yeah, she still got to improve some of these things. But yeah, I ain't want to count Erin out, never, man. Like, when she fought Manon, yeah, that's a different beast. That was a different beast for her, and she admitted that, right? So it's going to take improvements, and she said it herself. I got to get better at certain things. Like, I'm going to call that out. I'm going to say that, like, you got to improve in some areas, and that's how you get to be a champion. That's how you get to be a champion. Robot said, "Yo, Combo, why do Rose fans?" Hold on. Of course, hold on. I'm gonna answer that in a minute, BJ. I already saw you. Hold on. Yo, Combo, why do Rose fans always blame Pat Barry when she loses? Nobody said anything when Rose beat Ebos and Cortez. Rose faces zero accountability. Yeah, man, like, to answer your question, Robot, I can't blame the trainer. When you've been in the game this long, you know what to do. Even when Muhammad Ali had Angelo Dundee in his corner, there were certain things he learned from him, but then when he get in there, it's on him. He would do things of his own style. He knew how to adapt. Even when they would tell him to do certain things, he would go and do his own thing sometimes, because he knew what the situation called for. So same thing with Rose. Like, maybe they can just be moral support at some point, but there has to be a point where you call the shots in there too. Like, I can't blame the trainer fully. Maybe it depends on what's going on in the camp. I don't know, but I can't ever blame the trainer fully like that. I can't say, oh man, like, it's always them. No, like, there comes a point, somebody who's won the belt 2 times, they should be able to do something. They should be able to do something. Even when Floyd, I remember when Floyd, his trainer, his uncle, got suspended for a little while, and it was just him. I believe he brought in some other people. He could still win fights. He could still win fights even without his trainer. So you can't always blame the trainer. Not every time. BJ said you were hard on Erin for being Erin. I mean, did we really expect her to out technique Manon? No, it was Manon's intangibles that got her past Erin. Not a lack of anything from Erin, in my opinion. It was still a lack of something. Like, it was still a lack of something. She still was lacking something, because, like she said herself, I had the wrong game plan. Had she had some other tools, maybe she could have pulled off another route to winning. Because you see how she did hit Manon with a head kick in the 5th round, right? Had that been set up a little bit better and she had a little something more, she probably could have won that fight, because Erin is a 5-round fighter. That's my point. So if I'm hard on Erin, I'm not turning my back on Erin, BJ. Come on now. I ain't turning my back on her. Like, BJ, you thought Andrade was going to knock her out. Come on, man. I've been picking her to win these fights because I know that she's got that style to do it. But when it comes down to the fights that get bigger and bigger, I can't lie, man. I can't lie. You got to add more to your game. Same like if she gets matched up with Natalia Silva, man, I got to tell you that you got to have a little bit more. You got to have a little bit more, even in that fight coming up. One of the things that beat Rose in this fight, like I said, is just some of those things that you can't teach. It came down to that technique and grit. Erin has enough technique, but she's got so much grit that just kind of outweighed Rose. Robot Chicken said, exactly how much 5 rounds of experience does Rose have over Erin? Let me see. How many 5-round fights does she have? She's went 5 with Joanna in the rematch. She's went 5 with Wei Li in the rematch, and she went 3 with Andrade in their rematch. So not a lot of 5-round. But still, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, Aaron's nose is a target because it was red by the first round after eating several jabs. And see, that's something like Rose's team and Rose herself should be targeted, man. Like, you got to break a fighter down. You got and five with Carla. Yep. She went five with Carla. So she's got about like 15 rounds of championship fights. And then if you want to add the knockouts, you 17, right? The Joanna fight, 18 with the first round knockout of Whaley. And then the Andrade fight, 2 more rounds. So, but like full on 5-round fights, yeah, you got to count that Carla fight. Yeah, BJ, but I'm just saying, man, like you hear me be hard on Aaron, it's because after that Manon fight, I knew she still had enough to beat everybody else. But if she wants to beat like the best fighters, like Manon and Valentina, you got to have you got to be tight. You got to be tight. In this fight, she was able to let loose a little bit more. Like she was able to kind of be like a Tasmanian devil, like I said, because at some point Rose started turning red, like in the third round. What do y'all think, man? Do y'all think that judo throw kind of took something out of Rose too? Because I was a little scared for Aaron right there. I was like, Rose out here about to teach this girl something. But after that first round, I think she kind of gassed herself out, man. Whenever she did that little judo throw and she tossed Aaron down, Aaron ain't no, Aaron's a good size flyweight, hold on. Axel asked me something earlier too. Axel said Rose didn't prepare well for flyweight. She went in an upper class for bad reasons. She did to avoid the burden of drastic diets and weight cuts. Rose didn't get muscle. She just got skinny fat. I mean, when you compare her to how Alexa Grasso looked, you can definitely see like the growth there. Like Alexa came up, with the right muscle mass, strength and condition, and everything. Even how she was handling Macy Barber on the cage. She was having them underhooks on Macy Barber, and she was muscling a little bit. I think Rose, they kind of focused more on their timing and footwork, but they needed to be packing on some more muscle here and really working on that power, because not one shot buckled Aaron in this fight. I didn't see it. Did you, BJ? Not one shot from Rose buckled Aaron, did it? Did I miss something? I don't think so, right? I didn't see one shot buckle her. So I'm just saying, like, Aaron took the best. Aaron took the best shots. And I know a lot of the times Aaron was just kind of turning to make Rose reset, but not one time did she even get woke up by one shot. But she had a better game plan than Tracy Cortez too. Like Tracy was standing still at times. So when Tracy stepped forward, Rose has already got her feet planted, and then that boom, right hand and left hook come and dropped her. But what I liked about Aaron was circling like Carla. I don't know if y'all noticed that, but Aaron said, I'm gonna do like Carla on this girl. She started circling round and round out of range like Carla. And she kind of dropped the first 2 rounds. Yes, she did, but eventually, like, she was kind of wearing Rose down, because not only is she moving, she's circling, but she started kicking her in the body. She started kicking Rose in the body, throwing some head kicks and throwing her own strikes, right? So by the third round, Aaron is ready to go to the ground, right? So Aaron, she done made Rose kind of look for her a lot and kind of overexert a little bit of energy. Gave her that false confidence like she was about to win, on the striking. But then Aaron turns it up. In like the third and fifth round. Like, people hate takedowns though, man, because people were saying she wasn't doing much or she was being boring. But I thought Aaron was just grappling. Like, I thought Aaron was just doing a good job of top control and landing a few shots and trying to go for a crucifix. I saw her mixing it up. I don't know about y'all, but I didn't think it was like a horrible fight. Like, I thought that Aaron just did what she was supposed to do. Like, I don't go in seeing a pretty striker with Aaron. I see somebody that is gritty and wants to get to the ground. That's what she does. Axel said, totally agree with you. Rose had to work on explosiveness, muscle strength, and cardio at 125. Yeah, she did, Axel. I think that for example, I think when I look at Jana, she'd be a perfect example of somebody that can move up the flyweight, no problem, because I watch her strength and conditioning. I watch her cardio. She's been working with some big girls, some other featherweights, and they be working on, explosive stuff. And Jana, her arms are huge too, whenever she's like on her downtime. So some fighters just already have that physique because they're putting in a good mixture of that cardio already, cardio, and already got that muscle mass on them. But yeah, I just think that I just think really, now that Rose has kind of tested herself against some of the bigger, stronger girls, it's going to be hard for her to get higher in the mix. I don't think she's going to get, I really don't think she's going to get the belt, to be honest. Like, what do y'all think, man? Do you think Rose ever gets a title shot at this point? Of course, I think Aaron will. Will she win? That's a different story. But I'm just talking about title shots. Like, I really don't think so for Rose now. Had Rose maybe did what she did against Cortez, but I don't think she will now. Axel said, when you compare the shapes of Valentina and Grasso against Rose's shape, it's night and day. Oh yeah. Because even Valentina, like when her downtime, that's what I like about Valentina. Like Valentina, she stay in shape year round, 365. And she's still doing, she does a lot. That's why she can still eat. You know what I mean? Like she can still go and not indulge, overindulge, but enjoy certain foods, man. That's the point I want to get to, man. I ain't heavy or nothing. I'm just saying, like, I want to get confident like that where I'm working out, where I can just say, okay, I can stop and eat what I want, because I'm healthy, But I think Valentina just has that type of lifestyle, man. Like, she got that Bernard Hopkins and that Floyd and Bernard Hopkins lifestyle where they ain't going to stop training until they retire. And even then, Valentina ain't going to like stop training. You know what I mean? Like, I just mean like as a fighter, like they're going to watch what goes into their body. They're going to watch what goes into their body until the very end of this fight game. So yeah, I just see that more with them, no alcohol, no weed, no drugs for Valentina too. You can see that. So that takes a lot of discipline. Robot said, okay, hold that same thought combo. Nobody had a problem with Rose laying and praying with Wei Lee in the rematch. Oh, no, they didn't. That's what I'm saying. Like, when she did that to Wei Lee, people were all right with that, but when Aaron did it, it was kind of boring. I'm like, nah, man, I'm seeing Aaron, doing what she does. Like, if you don't want to see that happen, then, tell the other fighter to get up. That's what I'm saying. That's all it is. Valentina won't retire, Josh says, so I don't see Rose getting anywhere near the title. Yeah. Victor, what's up? He said Rose can't compete for the title at 125. Rose is not well-rounded to challenge for the belt. No, and just that level of like get it, that level of get it, it's not there, So, okay, I will say, okay, not for the BMF belt then. Yeah. Andrade and Rose fight, that does need to happen. No, that does need to happen. I like to see that. Go ahead and do that rematch, third fight, because again, Andrade, I don't see her beating anybody else at 125. She ain't beating Manon. She didn't beat Natalia. She ain't beating Aaron. She already lost to Aaron. Already lost to Valentina. So any fight that would make sense for Jessica Andrade at this point would just be her and Rose, in that trilogy. And let's go move forward. If you want to give them the BMF belt, fine. I mean, that's the last belt they ever going to touch, right? That's the last belt either one of them going to touch. I ain't trying to be mean, but that's the last belt Rose going to touch. And that's the last belt Andrade's going to touch. Now, I don't know if Rose went back down to 115, maybe not, but no, man, like seriously, that would be a good fight. Like That really would be. That really would be solid. Every time an opportunity comes up to make that fight, they miss it. Like it should have been on UFC 300. To me. Yeah, DJ. 1-1, both in similar positions right now. No other fight really makes sense for them. Andrade and Macy's a good fight. Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to be hard on Macy. I want her in there a harder fight, man. I want her in there with Natalia Silva. I want her in there with the winner of that fight from September. I want her fighting somebody hard. I want her to earn that title shot. I mean, she got 6 wins in a row, yeah, but I want her in there with the threat so we can really say, okay, she beat somebody. I'm gonna do a video later talking about that though, man, because I'm just doing a little research again and thinking, and you know what? Even though Aaron is calling for this Grasso fight, Natalia Silva, she's got a strong argument to take that shot. She's got a strong shot. She's got a strong argument to take the shot because, Aaron technically had her shot, with the title eliminator, right? So it's only fair Natalia Silva, who is in the same position that her and Manon were in, Natalia kind of deserves to fight Grasso, right? Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm just looking at it right now. I'm just looking at the options here because Aaron called for it. Aaron is calling for Grasso, but Natalia Silva versus Grasso does make sense, man, because that would be her 7th fight. They made Aaron and Manon have to do it. So now that she's gone this far, Natalia, that is, she's in the same position they were in. So maybe they need to let her get it. And then you might need to go ahead and do Aaron and Macy. I know I'm trying to make logic because those are fights I want to see, but they do make sense. They do make sense with that because Aaron and Macy, that's a good fight. That is a good fight. And Silva, like I said, she hasn't even had her opportunity yet. So let her get her title eliminator now because she's worked it to get there. And Aaron, she has already been there. Because right now Aaron is 1-1 in her last 2 fights. Yeah, granted, she beats Grasso. She'd be 2-1 and she would be back in the mix. But let's say Manon does beat Valentina. Yeah, that would make sense. The Manon-Aaron rematch would make sense. But, you got to have that fighter Natalia get her shot too. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, because I'm just looking at it. I'm looking at her resume. I'm like, yeah, man, she did the same thing they did. So might want to go ahead and give her a title eliminator shot. Yeah. That's just how I look at it. I know that is a fight I really want to see. But if they give it to Aaron, I ain't mad at it because it really isn't a bad fight. I just think that Natalia probably should start calling Grasso out too now, or probably call Aaron out, right? Either one of them, All right, y'all. But I know the Invicta card is on. I might jump back on tomorrow because I want to talk about these fights for the weekend. Yeah, this is what's going on right now, right? And we got Invicta FC 58. The main card starts like an hour or no, 30 minutes. So I'm gonna go check this out. Let's see, you got a lot of new fighters on this card, but let me go up to the top. You got Victoria Leonardo. She's back. Victoria Leonardo fighting Amanda Torres. Got Deanna Bennett. She's back. Taking on Deanna Souza. Then you got to welcome Emily Ducote back. Who's this? Yulia Ostraverkova. She's a main event. So yeah, got Emily Ducote back home. Definitely deserves a main event. She's a good fighter. Just couldn't get to that level. Victoria Leonardo had a rough showing in her last fight against Wayne Kong. And that's all right. That's why they say there's levels to this game. Because even though some of these other fighters can't get to the UFC level, there's still an Invicta level, and that's all right. It's still entertaining to me. You know, we got 8 fights on this one. So Zoe Nowicki, yeah, she's one I want to check out too. This little young wrestler. She's only 1-0, but she's got a good wrestling, uh, background too. All right, let me see. I'm gonna pull this card up here. Prelims. Let's see where we have with prelims. Oh, Nowicki's fighting right now. Hold on, y'all. Let me check out this Nowicki fight with y'all before I jump off here. All right, Nowicki's up in here wrestling already in the second round. Thing I like about Invicta is, they do that open scoring. Yeah. Oh, is Bennett still a flyweight? Is she? Is this fight a flyweight fight? Yeah. Yeah, she's doing a flyweight fight. I figured. Well, I thought she might go and do. See, Shannon Young is doing. She moved up to 135. Yeah, Shannon Young is on this card, so I thought maybe Deanna Bennett at some point would take a crack at 135, especially in Invicta. But no. Oh, G Frame, what's up? He said Macy shouldn't get what she wants this time. She ducked the top girls when she didn't show up. But she got to fight Rose. She wasn't in a position to pick and choose before, much less now. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Who do you think Macy should get? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it shouldn't be her being able to decide coming back after this, inactivity. If it's Natalia Silva, that's what it's supposed to be. If Natalia want it, y'all give it to Natalia. No, no, no Andrade. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Macy won that. Yeah, yeah. G. Fran, I'm down with that fight. That's the one. That's the one that happened. Like, that's similar to Aaron and Manon. They're both on 6-fight win streaks. Let that seventh fight be the decider for the title eliminator, right? If they can whoever can bag that 7 in a row, you get your title shot. Then same way they were. Victor said why Manon did not get her title fight. Well, she should have it. She should have it now. Nothing's been named. Nothing's been announced. They haven't named anything. No cards that it would be on, but I'm sure that's what it's going to be. I did see on Ariel Hawani though. I did see Ariel Hawani had to bring up both Whaley and Manon. So throwing both names out there, I was like, oh boy, he had to throw both. He didn't just say Manon. So, of course, Valentina being the fighter she is, she said either one of them she would fight, which I understand on her side. Now, it's like if that's the situation, she's like, hey, if they give her whatever, she'll fight them both. Because like she said, she never ducked anybody. But of course, he gonna throw out that name too. So he trying to, yeah, you know how you do, James. That's what he gonna do. That's exactly what he's gonna do. He ain't just go ahead and say, oh, this is the fight we got now. We can move on now from Grasso. Now you got another legit contender. Now he had to say, oh, wait, at least she moving up too. Like, what you think about her as well? I was like, oh boy, here we go. Okay, so I'm just kind of flipping back and forth while I'm talking and looking at this Nowicki and Grabowska fight. Oh, good takedown by this young wrestler right here. And she got some ground and pound in. Ooh, that's a good ground and pound right there. This little girl working. Ooh, up kick. Dang, she ate a hard kick. Oh, knee was grounded. Was that what it was? Okay, that was the end of the round. Never mind. I thought they were trying to call something there. Okay. That was a good takedown. This little girl, she got some skills. That was a good way to end the round for Nowicki. Oh, good takedown there. Got that single leg. She can't get her all the way down. Just watching the replay here. Good strike and then good double leg for Nowicki. Lolita said, "Is this where Santos fights?" Tyler Santos, PFL. PFL will be where Dakota and Tyler fight. Victor said Wei Lee need to fight 2 fights at flyweight, then get her title shot. Yeah, Victor, that would work. But according to my man Six, he said she ain't gonna fight her way up. She deserves a title shot right away, right? Zama said, "Is Invicta on? Is it Invicta on? Yeah, Invicta's on. It's on right now." Canyon and Yano, who won that fight? Let me check. That first fight, I didn't even catch it. I did not catch that fight. But let's see what the results say. Hold on. Who won that fight? Easy E, what's up, man? He said he is late. He's super late. Yeah, you super late because I'm about to super end it. I'm about to super end it in a minute here. Oh, what's this girl's name? The Zaban Magdalena. Oh, Magdalena won with a guillotine finish. Okay, Magdalena got a good choke in. Okay, nice. But yeah, that's pretty much it for tonight. You know, I think I'll jump on tomorrow to discuss some fight week. I've just been busy here, and I got some other things to take care of while I watch these fights in the background. But let's see what else we got going on here. Anybody else got a question there? Let's see. Yeah, Tyler Santos and Dakota, their fight's not too far away now. We're only a few weeks away, and it's ready. You know, I'm ready. They're ready. Yeah, James, I know Aaron does see that as a title eliminator, and they might. But the bad part about that is if Grasso wins, you know, we got to look at the downside too, man. If Aaron loses to Grasso about to get a 4th fight, and we're gonna all be messed up. So we got to kind of look at what else is going on. You know, Natalia Silva, she makes a lot of sense now. Six said I predicted on live stream give Whaley 2 to 3 title fights, and she's going for that 125-pound strap. Let me see. She's got 2 now, right? So if the Suarez fight isn't low key being made, it could be a 125 move up, but I don't know. They better not do that, man. Stammer said, "Where do people even watch PFL? I don't think I've ever caught any of their events. I have ESPN Sports, so I can watch it there. If you watch the PFL Euro cards, it's on DAZN. I believe you can watch it on that other app, Fubo Sports. So all of that. But yeah, PFL, I know the American cards they usually be on ESPN. So I can check them out. ESPN Plus. Josh said UFC should give Grasso a 4th fight if it makes the UFC money. Oh man. Anybody else agree with that? Oh man, a 4th fight. We gonna hold up the division, man. We might as well make this like boxing and make some IBF and WBA titles so we can have other champions. Shoot, I mean, a 4th fight, I don't know. I just can't do it right now. Easy said, I hear people trying to blame Pat Barry. Why now? He was the one training Rose to titles. Right. Yeah, I can't. I mean, it's one thing if he's giving person the wrong advice in the corner, but at the same time, like I said, as a person gets higher, smarter, and more experienced, you know what to do in a fight. You know, you know what to do. Yeah, Marino and Figgy, I remember that, but still, like, we got so much going on. The thing is, you know, with flyweight, there's just a lot going on, man. There's just too many other too many other contenders, too many other fighters that are gonna be wasted. because they keep fighting other people, you know? Like it Flyweight's already ready. Like flyweight is lined up, you know. The fourth fight, it could happen, but not now. Like it doesn't need to happen right now. Not with the way the division's going. It was not Trevor Whitman, the coach of Rose. Yeah, he is, but Trevor Whitman is, but he hasn't been there for a little while now. I don't know the situation, but I don't think he's been there for her past couple of fights. So it's just been him. Yeah, Easy said they couldn't even main event the third fight. Yeah, they couldn't even main event the third fight. You know, like, because I don't know, like, did that card do as well as they anticipated? Yeah, Lolita, that Pacquiao and Marquez, that's a different story because they didn't even do it back to back to back. You know what I mean? Like the Pacquiao Marquez quadrology, whatever you want to call it, that was throughout like a long span of their career. Like the fourth fight was in 2012, but they started like years back and they fought so many other fights in between, and they would kind of revisit each other, you know, and along the way they would fight again to see who's better. But this one here, you're not really giving a chance for the other person to get better. You know, they already did the first three back to back, but then if you do the fourth fight, maybe like another fight off, it's like, okay, Valentina going to beat her again because Valentina, you know, going to have that game plan while Grasso didn't really have a chance to improve in her takedown defense. You know, so I could see that just going the same way in the fourth fight this time. That's just how I see it. But they're gonna have to do something like a little tournament, man. They're gonna have to do something like a little bracket type of thing and just line it up like PFL is doing. But with this, it makes a lot of sense because, you know, they could kind of go by who looks the best. Like if you got four fighters that look decent and all four of them are making a strong argument, then you got to make these two fight and these two fight to get like from that semifinals to the finals. And whoever wins on this side, maybe you can compare them. And then whoever you think look the best, going by the point system by like PFL, right? Like whoever gets like a big finish or whatever, they could fight the winner of, you know, Valentina Manon and just kind of go from there. And then the next person lines up. You know, they just got to line them up. That's how it has to be. Aaron thinks she's got next if she beats Grasso. She could have next if she beats Grasso. Yeah, she thinks she's got next if she beats her. And if she talks herself into that position, you know, she very much well could be. She very much well could be because, you know, when you do their job for them and you just speak up what you want and people want to see it, then you get it most of the times. Most of the time now. Yeah, I can't really say Pat's going to be the problem, man. I can't really say Pat is the problem here. I mean, it's just Aaron was the problem. That's what it is, easy. Hey, Aaron was the problem. Okay, so no, Wiki won. Yeah, Aaron was the problem. That's what it was. And it wasn't no other problem in her corner. It was just Aaron. You know, you're fighting a full-fledged flyweight. You're fighting a full-fledged flyweight that don't stop coming. Got some good skills and got a good gas tank, and she's a 5-round fighter. Victor said Manon beat Aaron. How Aaron jumped Manon for the title shot? No, not jumping the title shot. She means after. She wants to fight the winner of Valentina Manon, Victor. She's not trying to jump ahead. She wants to fight the winner of that fight. You know, she wants to do that. Yeah, Friday, man. Yeah, Friday we got Serrano Katie Taylor. I can't even call it this time, man. I know it's gonna be a good fight. It should be the main event, Paul. It should be the main event to me. It is my main event. I'll turn it off after the Paul and Tyson fight. I'll turn it off. But yeah, I'll turn it off before that. I mean, yeah. Where does Veronica Hardy stand through all of this, though? Veronica Hardy's been working her way up. Who do you think Veronica Hardy gets next, though? That's a good question too. I was kind of thinking about that. Like, Veronica Hardy's done beat 3 people. Like, who do y'all think she should get? I mean, I know she's fighting Eduardo Mora. She beat Jamie Lynn Hoare, Juju, JJ. She beat Juju, JJ, and Jamie. Okay, try to say that, man. Juju. She beat Juju, Jamie, JJ, and now she's gonna fight Eduardo Mora. So maybe they're just moving her along. Maybe Dan is just trying to help move her along. And if she beats Eduardo Mora, yeah, kind of a scary fight. She's fighting a big girl here. But I think Veronica Hardy has a technique to do something. So if she wins, maybe they give her Karine Silva or somebody. Maybe they give her a higher level fight. Who knows? Depends on, the openings and so on. But yeah, I'm gonna get up off of here, y'all. So Veronica Hardy versus Marina Maverick. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, cancel Mora fight. Yeah, that would be a good idea. Hardy Maverick is a good fight. Cancel the Mora fight. I just don't see Mora as a flyweight yet, man. Like, Mora's strawweight that just needs to be a little bit more disciplined, right? But yeah, I'll be on tomorrow to squeeze in some fight week talk. I know I put Luana Pinheiro and G Rob up here, but I'm gonna save it for tomorrow because I'm already running kind of late here talking to y'all. But yeah, hit that like button, y'all, and subscribe. And I need to, like I said, I was calling for smoke with BJ, but maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Mess with him tomorrow here because I know he would. Well, I was just messing with him earlier, but he knows what it is. Victor said Grasso fought Valentina 3 times. Aaron didn't look good on the stand-up against Rose. I'd pick Grasso over Aaron. I don't know. I really don't know if I'll pick Grasso over Aaron 100%. I don't know if I can say that. All right, you're welcome, Lolita. And on that note, I am out, y'all. Peace.